EU trade policy and the green way forward. Trade agreements have the potential to be a driving force for responsible, fair and inclusive trade. The Green Movement in Europe is advocating for trade agreements that benefit people and the planet, not only big corporations. Here is how. Let's choose the highest standard, not the cheapest. The EU needs to set social and environmental standards that protect citizens and reflect our values. The EU can learn from its trading partners and promote or adopt the best standard on offer, instead of agreeing to the cheapest and easiest option. Greens consider standards more important overall than trade itself, because they believe that focusing only on economic growth will cost us more than we gain. Let's commit to international conventions. The European Union has signed many different international treaties and conventions on sustainable development, climate protection, social rights and more. Therefore, it has an obligation to put these conventions into practice. The principles of these conventions should be at the heart of EU trade agreements and be accompanied by monitoring, complaint and sanction mechanisms. Like this, the EU would not only export goods and services, but at the same time push for development, environmental protection and fair working standards worldwide. Let's stop discrimination against small and medium-sized businesses. European small and medium-sized companies and farms rarely export outside EU borders, as their main market remains Europe. As a result, trade agreements tend to benefit the largest multinational companies. We therefore need to support the interests of small companies in trade agreements and make sure they are protected from unfair practices such as price dumping. Democratic decision-making. If citizens' interests are to be at the heart of EU trade agreements, their voice needs to have more weight in the negotiations. Therefore, the European Parliament representing them needs to be involved in the negotiations from the start. Transparency as the norm, not the exception. Citizens need to be able to review the trade negotiations, since they are conducted on their behalf. This is why the Greens suggest that the European Parliament has a say in creating the mandate for each agreement, and that the negotiation texts should be readily available online for all citizens. National governments should also ensure that national parliaments are involved from the start. This is why the Greens have been fighting and will continue to fight for a fair, transparent, more democratic free trade. Free trade that works for everyone. Are you on board?